Imagine throwing a messy invoice, a blurry receipt, or a 50-page contract directly to a local AI, and it perfectly spits out the data into a neat sheet format instantly. Welcome back to Build with AI series. If you're new to the channel, I cover local and free tools in this series and build practical AI projects completely free of cost on consumer hardware. In this video, I'm going to be using the NuExtract3 model, and we are going to be building a fully local document extraction pipeline that beats expensive APIs totally free of cost. We are looking at a really smart AI that is specially trained to look at the images and the text data at the same time. It has just 4 billion parameters, so it is extremely lightweight, meaning it won't melt your computer while trying to understand your documents. The core power of this model is to understand the messy structure of the current real-world files. Instead of just blindly reading the text from left to right, it actually understands the layouts, columns, and the visual flow of your document. So it can read any kind of text and images in the document, take any JSON templates that you have, and the instructions for your user query, and can return a properly structured JSON or markdown text that you can then use on in your further down the line process. Whether you have a crumpled grocery receipt, a scanned text form, or a long legal form with complex tables, it can actually figure out where the real numbers and the names are hiding in them. Then in the instructions, you can directly ask the total price or the date of the receipt, or just have a simple empty template, and the model will look at the image and fill out your entire template perfectly so your code can read it without any messy text cleaning or image extraction. It inherently has structured information extraction, which is huge for anyone trying to do manual data entry. It completely skips out the old steps of trying to crop any image or write weird regular expressions to catch the text data in the images. And if you don't need the structured JSON output or any template and just want to read the document easily, it can convert the whole image to a markdown format, which is a clean readable text formatting. This makes it super easy for it to be dropped down into your note-taking apps, your databases, or even another local AI that can use that structured data to give out your responses. And the best part is that in this markdown conversion, it actually preserves the hard stuff. Let's say if your scan has a financial table and some headers for your company, then the final markdown report will have everything properly formatted like headers, HTML for tables, LaTeX for maths, and even special tags for the images. And if you're building an AI that can give you answers basis your company's PDF, this tool will serve as the first step in your RAG pre-processing pipeline. If you don't know what RAG is, it is a retrieval augmented generation where you pass on your entire documents to the AI, which it will take it as a knowledge base, and then it answers any queries basis all that context that you have given. So when you use this kind of tool in that pipeline, it will take your entire documents, convert them into a proper format like JSON or Markdown, which can then be perfectly used by the further down the line AIs. So it cleans up your entire messy PDFs into perfect text blocks so your chatbot doesn't get confused by the bad formatting. And you're not just even restricted to the image inputs. You can pass on raw text, some uploaded images, or even a mix of both at the same time, and the model will seamlessly convert all the context from all of them. And it doesn't just work on the English files. If you have documents in some other language, it can extract the data just as same accurately without needing a separate translation pipeline. And when tested on the really tough documents, it is scoring 65%, which is outperforming all the other open source models like Gemma 4, Q1 3.5, GLM, IBM Granite, and Ministral 3. So it is scoring highest on the benchmarks with just 4 billion of parameters, proving that size isn't enough when a model is highly focused on a single task. The biggest issue that these other models like Gemma 4 has it is falling into repetition loops where they get confused in complex steps and start repeating the same words forever. This model was specially tuned to avoid that trap, keeping its logic correct even on long documents. And because it is not getting stuck repeating itself, it successfully finishes any job that you give without hitting the output token limits, which is a lifesaver for big extraction tasks. And to control the final output given by the model, you can give an input JSON template so it follows your strict skeleton map of all the data that you want back. This forces the model to organize all of its thoughts and give the output data back in the exact format that we require down the line. You can also specify the exact format of all these input fields that you want. Let's say for date, we want date format, total amount we want in number format, and invoice number and descriptions we want in verbatim string, which means it has to follow a strict copy-paste rule and not revert these important strings like the invoice numbers or the invoice descriptions. So it will pull out these details exactly as they are in the input image or document. It has listed down all the different templates that you can provide, like verbatim string that I have talked about. It has to follow the text exactly as it prepares on the document. But let's say if you want the AI to correct some general string in the document, you can give the string type which will allow it to do the abstraction or some light paraphrasing as well. So it will use a bit of its own brain to fix any typo if it is saying on this screen. It even has some built-in smarts for the date time formats, so it will automatically convert some weird input formats of the dates into a standard machine readable format so your databases don't crash down the line. You can also force the AI to choose from a list of options, like if you are scanning a survey form, you can restrict its output to just specific answers that you have in your input form, like yes, no, or maybe, which will prevent the model to invent some random choices. Or if the document is missing or it is not able to find the relevant information, the model will not hallucinate any new information on its own. It safely returns an empty value, which makes error handling in your code incredibly smooth. And if you're writing your code in Python, the developers have also included this convert JSON schema module and some NuExtract templates as well. It will let you write your data structures in standard Python formats and automatically translate them to the JSON schema that the model understands. So you don't have to rewrite your entire classes into JSON format before using this model. One of the coolest features that this model has is its reasoning and non-reasoning modes. So depending on the complexity of task, it can easily shift the gears. Let's say if you have some clean document like a receipt from a store, you can put the model in the non-thinking fast mode, which will skip the deep thinking phase and get the model outputs instantly, which will save a ton of processing power in your own system. This fast mode is perfect if you are doing some bulk processing of many documents because the output is quick, highly predictable, and very consistent as well. But if you are dealing with a nightmare document which is heavily damaged or organized very poorly, you can turn on the deep thinking reasoning mode, which will actually reason through the entire layout step by step before giving you the final response. And you can turn on or off these modes with this simple enable thinking parameter, where for difficult documents, complex layouts, or ambiguous fields, where the AI needs to look at the surrounding context just to understand some field or numbers, you can turn on the enable thinking mode to help the AI. Otherwise, you can just simply disable it. And if you don't want to write the data template yourself, it can also generate the template for you from a natural language description. So let's say you can just directly give that I want to extract the key details from a rental contract. You can just use this kind of code and the model will directly give you a model output template. Now to make this model completely accessible to the consumer hardwares, the community has provided some specially compressed formats like this GGF files, which are optimized to run entirely on your own CPU without needing an expensive graphic card. So on the main model page, you just need to go to the quantizations tab, which will open up this kind of page, and here you can download any kind of quantization which can fit in your system. So let's say for this quick demo, I'm going to be downloading the tiniest model size, which is this 2-bit quantization, where each parameter in the model will take 2-bit of your memory. This particular version is just 2 GB big, which I can just download it by clicking on this download button. You can even go for the higher quantizations, which will have better accuracy, but will require some expensive GPU with 4 GB or 8 GB of VRAM available. Now to set up the project, I'm going to be using Google Antigravity as my Python IDE. If you don't have it installed, just go to antigravity.google/download and download the installer according to your platform. Then for running the local models, I'm going to be using Ollama. To install it, just go to ollama.com/download and download the installer. For my AI pipeline, I'm going to be using the NuExtract in my stage 1, which will do the OCR on given images or documents, and then I will be passing on that extracted response to the Gemma 4E2B model, which is recently updated by Google with its MTP update, which lets the model generate faster responses without needing any heavy GPU at all. To download the model, you just need to copy this query, open up your Google Antigravity terminal, and paste it here. So once you have the model installed, we need to set up the stage 1 model, which is our NuExtract model. So in my working directory, I've copied the GGF file that I had just downloaded from the Hugging Face page, and from that model, I'm going to be making a custom model in Ollama, which will package this GGF file in a format that Ollama can understand. You can directly read it from the Hugging Face libraries as well, but we have to install many libraries for that, like the transformers or the PyTorch libraries. But with Ollama, we can just directly use the model using a single Ollama run or Ollama chat function call. So I'm going to make a custom model file here in the same folder, which will take the GGF file that I have downloaded here, set the temperature as 0.1, which will give us deterministic response, because if you set the temperature close to 0, you get direct deterministic response, but if you make it close to 1, you get some random responses from the AI. Then the context window I'm setting as 4000 tokens, which means at a time the model can understand some 4000 words. This is set just so that the model do not use all of your memory and crashes your entire system. Then in the system instructions, I'm just going to give the role that you are a precise data extraction AI, and you only have to output valid JSON matching the user schema. Similarly for Gemma 4E2B model as well, I'm going to be making a custom file where I'll set the temperature as 0.1 and give the system instruction that you are a fast, precise Q&A and calculation assistant. Do not use think tags, output only the direct response to the user question based on the provided JSON. So here I'm specially tuning the Gemma 4E2B model for my specific use case, as I will be using it as a Q&A and calculation assistant, and its input will be a JSON that will be given by the NuExtract model. I'm also disabling the thinking tags just to get faster responses, but you can remove this kind of instruction if you want more accurate responses, but it will take more time to generate. And now for the input for my pipeline, I've just downloaded this receipt Swiss from web, which has some items, their prices, and some other details for the tax calculations. I've taken a Swiss receipt because I want to check its multilingual capabilities, whether it is able to understand the Swiss language or not. Now we are going to register both of our models in Ollama using these two simple queries. This will first create a new extract model using the model file.NuExtract that I have made here, and from the Gemma 4 file it will create a fast Q&A model in the Ollama directory. So once these models are registered, we can directly use it in the chat or in our Python projects as well. So I'll just copy these queries, open the terminal by expanding this below pan and paste them here. So now while these models are getting registered, I will just go over our main Python logic. So first I'm importing all the required libraries. I've given the URL from which I'm downloading my input image and where to accept that receipt in my current folder. Then from my extraction, I'm going to be using the custom NuExtract model, and for any Q&A, I'm going to be using the fast Q&A model from Gemma 4 E2B. Then from extracting the data from the image, I'm going to be making this prompt which asks it to extract the data from the receipt into an exact JSON schema where I want the vendor and the item details like the name of item, price, total and tax, and I'm asking it to output only the valid JSON. Then for the Q&A prompt to the Gemma 4 E2B model, I'm giving the extracted JSON that the NuExtract model is given, saying that here is a past JSON data from a receipt, what is the name of the vendor, and if I had bought two of the every item on the same list, what would be my new total before tax. So here I'm testing both name extraction capabilities and the calculation capabilities of the Gemma 4 E2B model. Now to download the receipt image, first I'm going to check whether the image is already existing on the given path. So using the OS library and the path modules, you can directly check if some given file is there on the given path or not. So if this returns true, I'll just say that the receipt image is already existing and then just return from the function. Otherwise, from the request library, we can directly download any image from the given URL, and once I get the response, I will open the image path in a write mode, and for each chunk of that image, I'm going to write that into the final file. Now once the file is saved, I'll just print a message that we have saved this image path. Second step is to extract the JSON from it using the NuExtract module. So I'm going to open that image and read all the byte format data in that image, and using simple Ollama.chat function, you can pass on any model that is registered in Ollama, and in the given query, I'm going to be giving the text prompt that I have defined on top as the user query content, and in the images, I'm going to be passing the images bytes here. Finally, I'm keeping the temperature as 0.1 just to get the deterministic responses. And once you get the response from the model back, I'm going to be stripping all the white spaces from it, and sometimes it gives these columns as well while starting and ending the responses. So I'm going to be checking if the raw response is starting with this characters. Then I'm going to be using this split lines tool to remove all these characters and finally make the clean raw response. Once it is ready, I'm just going to be returning it from this function. Then final step would be to run this extracted JSON in the Gemma 4 E2B model. So again, I'm going to be using this Ollama.chat function, use the Q&A model, which is the Gemma 4 custom model, and here the content would be the Q&A prompt where the extracted JSON will be replaced by this extracted JSON that is given in the input. Again, we want deterministic responses, and finally I'm going to be returning the clean response from the function. And once the Python file is called, I'm printing some headers here and the title of our project, which is Vision to Insight Image-to-JSON Q&A pipeline. First I'm downloading the image, then extracting the JSON from the image path, and using the JSON library, I'm going to be extracting the JSON text. If the model is not given the JSON response, I'm going to be printing this error that output is not a valid JSON, so because I got this error, but still I'll just run the Q&A on the extracted JSON. Then I'm going to be printing a border of this equals to sign, then the final Q&A answer with another border, and I'm going to be printing the answer given by the Gemma 4 model. And finally, I will be saving these responses to some JSON and TXT files as well, in case you want to read them later or pass on them to some other pipeline or directly send those files. So I'm going to be opening a JSON file in a write mode and writing the extracted JSON that is extracted from the NuExtract model, and the final answer would be written in this Q&A answer.txt file. Once everything is done, I'm going to be printing that outputs have saved in these JSON and TXT files, and once this Python file is called, I'll just directly call this main function. Now to run this project, you just need to go to the terminal, type python main.py and press enter. And once the whole pipeline runs, you will get the TXT response and the JSON response as well. So now let's look at the JSON file extraction, and I'll open the image side by side as well so we can see whether it was correct or not. Just to see the whole response in the same screen, you can use Alt-G shortcut in this anti-gravity. So I'm seeing the vendor name is correct here, and all the items are also listed with latte macchiato, and all these other items I can't pronounce it because I don't know these Swiss items. Total is also given correctly, which is 54.5, and the text is 3.85. Now let's see the Q&A response from the Gemma 4 E2B model. Again, I'll press Alt-Z. It is saying that the vendor is this. If you bought 2 items on this receipt, your new total before the tax would be. So it has multiplied all those prices by 2. It has given the full total total as 100. For the macchiato, I can see it is already 2 times, so the total is same 9, which was there in the input receipt as well. But for other items, it has multiplied them by 2 and then finally calculated the new total. So you see how whole pipeline is working correctly. NuExtract is able to extract the text and all the prices from the input receipt, and the Gemma 4 model was able to take that JSON and generate our final response easily. So this was just a quick test on some model receipt, but you can also use this kind of project in some real world use cases, which I've also given in the readme file. First is you can snap the receipts and auto-populate the expense reports like we are doing here, where we are extracting the receipt data into structured JSON outputs. Then you can digitize your paper receipts if you are running some stores, so you can directly query them using some JSON databases. Then let's say if you have some scanned lab reports or some prescription slips, you can directly extract all the structured fields from them. Or if you have some legal contract images where you have some privacy risks if you upload them to the cloud models or some paid API keys, but with this kind of local setup, you can directly pull out the key clauses or figures from them and not pass on your data to any of the cloud servers. Or let's say if you have some delivery invoices or some purchase orders, you can directly parse them and keep your item level records automatically for your store. Then on top of this project, you can also add some more features like we can do batch processing, where instead of giving some single image, you can accept a folder of images and run the same pipeline on all of them in a loop. Then you can also add some web-based interface. We can directly drag and drop our images and directly display the results. And instead of JSON, we can also use a YAML kind of config file, which is sometimes used in some developer projects in Python language. Then you can also set up your SQLite database from the extracted JSON files from the NuExtract model. And from these kind of SQL databases, all these kind of queries are really fast in case you're doing some bulk processing of multiple receipts. Then instead of having some English prompts, you can extract the prompts to handle the receipts in French, German or Japanese as well. So this was it for this demo. This new NuExtract3 model is a complete game changer for local document extraction, turning messy images into clean, readable, structured data without relying on any of the paid APIs. All the codes and the readme file with the step-by-step instruction on how to set up the project will be in the GitHub link in the description and pinned comments, so you can grab them right now and get started with the project easily. Let me know in the comments if you have some suggestions for me to build some more local AI projects, and follow the channel for more such AI builds, updates and workflows.